For the latest action figure news, check out Toy News International and marvelousnews.com, link in the description below. Thank you for the continued support to our online shop and YouTube channel. We are giving away a Marvel Legends Wolverine action figure once we reach 700 subscribers. Once we reach 1000 subscribers, we will be giving away a Marvel Legends Apocalypse and a 70 USD worth of X-Men Attack Pack from slideffects. To Graded Collectibles here for an action figure review. Today, we are looking at the Medicom toy MAFEX number 160 Jean Grey comic version. I got the action figure for free from Big Bad Toy Store in the US. I'll let you know in a while how I got it for free. It comes in this box and with a free sticker. In our shop, in our online shop, we don't give away sticker but we give effect pieces. So I wonder if it's a good idea to give stickers. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think I should start giving away stickers in my shop as well? So here we have the MAFEX Jean Grey. So a few years ago, like 2 years ago, I won in the $100 Big Bad Toy Store credit contest in marvelousnews.com. So all I needed to do back then was to be active in the forums. So like me, you can actually win from this contest. So sign up in marvelousnews.com, link in the description below. She comes in the standard MAFEX box. On the left side is a comic book art, the number 6 for 6-inch, and this is number 160 of MAFEX action figures. Here we have a product shot of Jean Grey, X-Men, Marvel, MAFEX. On the side, another product shot and Jean Grey, X-Men. On the top, we have a comic book art, a headshot of Jean Grey. At first, I assumed this is one of the headshots in the Uncanny X-Men issues from the 90s. So the first gold theme headshots appeared in Uncanny X-Men number 282, which is the first appearance of Bishop, and this does not match. When they changed the headshots to include Bishop in Uncanny X-Men number 289, the same headshot still appears. Even to the time that they changed Archangel to be unmasked, still the same headshot of Jean Grey appeared. Checking further, this image was taken from X-Men number 1, which is art by Jim Lee. As you can see, it is a perfect match of this headshot. On the side is another product shot of Jean Grey. On the back are the promotional product shots showing what poses you can do with this Jean Grey action figure, and the power effects and the 3 head sculpts that she comes with. And here is the sticker of authenticity. At the bottom, we have some warning and legalities. So let's unbox this Jean Grey action figure. So lifting the lid from the top, then taking out the figure, which is enclosed into plastic clamshells. Just a quick rundown of what is included. We have 3 heads, we have several pairs of alternate hands, and a power piece. She comes with an action figure stand as well. Here we have the action figure up close. You can see that her neck has a great range of movement because she has a swivel on the neck, and the neck is actually removable. She can look down that far. She cannot look up that much because her hair obstructs it. For a female figure, she has a butterfly joint here, which gives great range, and you can see here, oops, now it fell. I wonder what happened. Checking further, I can see that the glue connecting the arm to the swivel inside the shoulder has been removed. For some reason, it seems that it's not tightly attached to it, and you can see that there's a peg hole on the arm, and even if I try to peg it in, there's no way that it would attach because it was just being held in by a glue. For some reason, I have a similar problem to the MAFEX Psylocke, wherein the arm just quickly fell off. But it was a very easy fix because it was just a loose joint, so I just needed to use Kiki. But for this particular issue with Jean Grey, it seems that I need to use a super glue, but I'm a bit worried because there is a swivel on that particular peg. Just beside the peg there is a swivel, and I'm worried that if the glue spills, the action figure may not be able to move anymore on that particular part. So we will see. Thankfully, the super glue worked, and now her arm is attached again. So here we have her up close. You can see that she has a well sculpted hair, not much shading, but it is really well sculpted, especially the strands of hair. In terms of her face, she has a metallic, like not sure what you call this thing that is on her face, like a design of her costume. And she has green eyes and she has red lips. In terms of her shoulder, you can see that it seems it lacks paint because there is a disconnect between the blue shoulder pads and her shoulder. I tried moving it around just to see if we can bring out the blue underneath the swivel, but that's it. She comes with this sculpted piece. These are all sculpted as well, all metallic blue in color, and she has a loose belt which sits high. This is just correct in terms of comic book art anyway. In terms of her costume on the back, you can see the metallic blue continue, and in terms of her backside, it's a little bit comic book accurate in a way. It's not perfectly Jim Lee, but it is close. In terms of her back, you can see the Marvel trademark down there, which is a similar place where you can find for Wolverine, as I remember. Everything is metallic blue paint in design and sculpted. According to the X-Men Series 1 trading card from 1992, Jean Grey is gifted with psychic powers of telepathy, the power to read minds, and telekinesis, the power to move things through the use of mental force alone. She is one of the few Omega-class mutants. In terms of this costume, this is heavily inspired by the art of Jim Lee in X-Men #1. However, in person, the color of her costume is more of yellow than orange, as you can see in the photos. It is just that the camera adjusts the colors automatically and make it a little bit orange. However, in comic books, she actually moved from the orange color to yellow in the latter parts of the X-Men series, as you can see here. As per Andy Kubert art, you can see that it is now yellow, and also the design on her leg is now colored blue, unlike in Jim Lee or Mark Silvestri art. The rectangular pieces on her legs are of the same color as the rest of her legs. Out of the box, she comes with a pair of open palm hands. You can see there is consistency in terms of color, wherein the metallic blue extends to a part of her hand in terms of her costume. She comes with a pair of a more open palm hands. As you can see here, I have difficulty in fully attaching the hands. I've seen some reviews wherein this part actually broke into two, so I need to be careful. Probably I need to heat up further the hands so that it can fit in. She comes with a pair of like psychic casting power hands, so still it's the same problem here, but you can see her hands are not relaxed, so it's more of the like psychic. She comes with a pair of closed fist hands. Again, the colors are consistent and well done. She comes with an awesome piece, which is her psychic power manifestation, which is attached completely to these hands. It is translucent pink in color. In terms of changing her head, it comes in two parts, the head and the neck. So you need to remove this particular neck as well so that you can attach the other alternate head. So try pulling this one. As you can see, there's another peg there. So now the difficult part is trying to attach the neck to the rest of her upper torso. It's a bit of a challenge since the neck to swivel around with her head. So it's hard to align it. Just be careful because you might get paint chips, especially on the bottom of her neck. I think it's best that you get first the neck and attach the neck alone instead of trying to put them together. As you can see here, I kept on trying, but it just won't align. Even when I think that it's already attached, it's actually not. So I removed the part of the neck here, and now this is the part wherein you can align, where you can see her. The front should be the part that shows her throat. Now peg it in and it should be all okay. Now once you peg in the neck, it's time to peg in the neck. And here we have the more battle type of face of Jean, which is she's really angry, ready to cast her psychic power against her opponents. This well sculpted, and as you can see, the expression of her face is really fierce from the side and to the front. You can see there we have, in terms of the hair, it somewhat looks the same in a way, but I'm not sure. But I think the color is a little bit different. I might be wrong, but it really feels like the sculpt done on this hair is the same as the other one. It's just like a different shade of color. Or is it actually the same color? Probably it is the same color. Now we have this piece, which is like a way to show her getting unmasked. Next we have here is the better or the best looking head sculpt from the rest. Again, she has her own neck piece which shows her flesh, which is the right thing since she's already unmasked. So here we have her with the unmasked head, and it really looks gorgeous. I really like this particular head sculpt. It looks very nice, well sculpted. And in terms of the hair, her sculpt is different as well. How this other one is a little bit curly compared to the other one, which is a bit straight. Lastly, one of her accessories is the figure stand. You can attach this arm over here, and in terms of the arm, it comes with different claws. One claw here is the one that is loose, so in terms of the claw, it's a bit loose. This one is, I'm not sure what it actually is. I tried attaching it in every way, like I'm not sure how this particular claw is used since the action figure does not have a peg hole on the back. So here we have it, and here is the one with the screw. So be careful with this one because it's really tight. You need to unscrew it, unlike what I did over here. I might as well break it, but yeah, you need to unscrew it. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this, but it also comes with this particular piece, so you can attach it there and like attach it to one of the holes. I think it's more of like assisting Jean when she's trying to do her flight poses. Maybe her legs would rest on this other piece while the rest of her body is attached to the claw. Measuring the figure from her feet to the top of her head, not counting the hair, it is 14.6 centimeters, which is 5.74 feet in 1/12 scale. And per Impel trading card, she is 5 feet 6 inches tall, so this makes their height just about right. For some size comparison, here we have her besides the Marvel Legends 6-inch scale Jubilee and Rogue, the Love Triangle 3-pack Wolverine and Cyclops. Here she is besides MAFEX, Wolverine in brown costume, and Cyclops in their neutral faces, as you can see side by side. Here she is besides Psylocke and Gambit, both in neutral facial expression as well. Here they are beside each other in the angry faces. So we can see how angry Jean and Cyclops is, and some angry faces from the MAFEX, Psylocke, and Gambit as well. So unlike Psylocke and Gambit, they come with unmasked head sculpts. You can see here Wolverine's mask is behind him. So here are the unmasked head sculpts for MAFEX, Jean Grey, and Wolverine and Cyclops. Here she is besides the Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows, Spider-Man, and Spinneret. Here she is besides the 20th anniversary Marvel Legends Toad and Omega Red. Here she is beside other supervillains, Mr. Sinister and the Retro Apocalypse. Here she is beside 7-inch scale Marvel Select Psylocke and Sabretooth. Here she is besides Marvel Select 7-inch scale Juggernaut and Colossus. Here she is besides other Jean Grey Marvel Legends. We have Dark Phoenix, Marvel Girl, Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey, and Jean Grey from the Love Triangle 3-pack. In terms of costume, the big comparison here is the Marvel Legends Jean Grey from Love Triangle 3-pack and the MAFEX Jean Grey. In terms of the orange, the Marvel Legends is more orange, unlike the MAFEX, which is yellow. Actually, it's just different because the camera adjusted. In terms of the blue, we have MAFEX with metallic blue. Unlike the Jean Grey from Marvel Legends, it is darker blue. You can see in terms of the shoulder, the Marvel Legends is better because there's no gap showing. In terms of the sculpt, you can see on the back, they have a different backside. And in terms of the legs, you can see that the rectangular pieces are all orange color. In terms of the hair, we can see the Marvel Legends has longer hair and straight hair. In terms of scratching their head or doing their psychic pose, the MAFEX does an extremely well job because she can actually, the tips of her fingers can actually reach her head, unlike the Marvel Legends, which just does a 90-degree angle in terms of the arm. The MAFEX can extend a little bit closer to her head. As you can see here, it really does a great job in terms of the psychic pose, unlike the Marvel Legends, which can never really reach her head. And we have the slide effects as well on both figures, just to showcase the psychic power. In terms of articulation, her neck can move with great range. She cannot look up because of her hair. She can look down. Her arms can extend that far. She cannot do a full 360 because her hair prevents it and her shoulder piece prevents it as well. She has a butterfly joint, a bicep swivel right here. She has double jointed pinless elbows. Her wrist can swivel and hinge. Just be careful with it not to break it. She can crunch forward that much, and she can crunch back not that much because her hair prevents it as well. She can do that. She has a waist swivel right here. She can do a split. She has double jointed pinless knees. She can kick that far. She has an ankle rocker and toe articulation. Her feet can hinge forward and back. In terms of Jean Grey action figure, the Marvel Legends still is the better looking Jean Grey in terms of sculpt and body shape. This MAFEX Jean Grey is a little bit thin, and unfortunately there is some QC issues. As an expensive action figure, we hope for the best. Also, one missed opportunity here is to add more accessories, just like what they did with Psylocke and Gambit. It would be nice to have a phoenix-like effect piece, or the pink one that was drawn by Jim Lee in X-Men #1. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and ring the notification bell.